Why do pretty girls sometimes never get approached by guys?
Why men have given up on women. Let's face it, the red pill community was not built overnight.
I recognize men do not like to be friend zoned.
If men are not approaching you, it comes down to two things. One, you're not...
If men are not approaching women, it's because they've lost interest in dating.
These are the reasons why men don't approach you. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you're not approachable.
Have you been wondering why men don't approach you and don't say hi anymore?
Men are 1,000% less likely to approach you when you're looking like a 10 versus when you're looking like Adam Sandler.
Men knowing their worth is why they're choosing overseas instead of Western women. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
Some of them will even say, "Oh, I'm used to girls walking up to me."
Insane. But
What happened to
not
your
insane.
What happened to your natural instinct? Is that gone now? Are men just choosing not to walk up to women? Is that a thing?
Kind of a thing. Fear is real. Mental health is real. The anxiety of trying to approach someone is real.
The women these days are just rude and disrespectful, so I'm not surprised that a lot of men can't be bothered. Women caused this, so they are paying the price now. Nothing to do with fear and mental health. Women have made themselves too cheap and available nowadays. You wanted this. Women spent years telling men not to approach, to not be creepy. Now you're upset we don't engage? Haha, definitely not worth it anymore. I don't think anyone should approach just like that. Some things just happen naturally. Walking up to a lady was never our natural instinct. Those stuff are past and gone. The natural instinct is there, and it will always be. But they are choosing not to walk to women, because honestly, it's a lot more safer that way. The courage have died once they've seen many men have been bashed on social media for saying hello. It's honestly quite a disaster out there for the men seeking love. If women want a man, they're gonna have to put in the work.
Ladies, if a man is really invested in you and into you, trust me, you will not have to do the pursuing. And in my opinion, women should not be pursuing the man. It's just a little backwards to me. So if you have questions about if a man is really into you, you should take a step back and say, has this man, called me consistently? Has he planned dates consistently? Has he brought me flowers? Has he met my if somebody's really invested in you and really into you, the man is going to do the pursuing. You will not have to pursue him at all.
Bad advice. Too many people get not pursuing mixed up with not reciprocating, and then connections get lost, and parties are left unhappy. That's a two-way street. Never chase anyone, man or woman, but if you start a courtship, he needs to know that you're interested as well. So a call or text or you planning a date. It's not pursuing, it's showing a mutual interest. Women need to take gender out. Stop feeling less than because you let a man know you're interested. Funny how today women will boss up for their careers, but not their happiness. Bad advice, y'all women all say the same stuff, yet it don't get anyone different results. Then they come on here and complain. Then onto something different. Women with this kind of mindset believes that they are a priority pick. They believe that a man should be doing everything while they contribute nothing to the relationship. A monogamous relationship is formed between two people. Why should there only be one person trying to make it work while the other person does nothing? This idea comes from their self-centered personalities, where everything should be about them while they reciprocate nothing. The bottom line is, what this woman is trying to sell you is a roadmap to the friend zone.
The thing about good men that a lot of women don't realize is that they are oftentimes overthinkers, because the man that overthinks is also the man that overloves. It is why you don't want to play games with this type of man, because if you do, you will lose your chance with him.
Why men never approach women anymore?
I think we live in a society where men are torn down for small things, and they're scared to shoot their shot, and it's sad to see. they oftentimes bog themselves down before they even get a chance, you know? In this society, looks come first and heart comes second. It's only gonna get worse unless a change is made. Until people start making things online for men to really like regain that confidence back.
What can girls do these days to make guys approach them more?
Smile more and really think about the things that you're saying to these guys to make them feel that way. Don't say things like, you're too short, because that really like does things to guys' ego. It's harmful.
You ever seen a girl reject a guy and scarred him?
I sadly have. At bars and stuff, you know, people like just say ew and turn around, and you can like look at the guy in the eyes and they look really sad after, and just like overall it's a bad time.
Looks comes first and heart comes second, ladies and gents. That has always been the reality since day one. Problem now is judgment has become too harsh. It can be felt atmospheres away. No man is scared to shoot their shot. Men have checked out. Big difference. I honestly just am at peace in my life for the first time. It's not about shooting shots. Yeah, some of these rejections just feels like your existence itself is rejected from this world. It hurts a lot. People are forgetting that love is cheap and abundant. Being in a relationship is actively avoiding creating these bonds with others. The biggest flex is having someone no one else can. It's more like, don't want to deal with all the issues and lose freedom. Better off being alone with extra cash flow. She's right for the most part, and modern women can learn a lot from her. But looks does not come first in this society nowadays anymore. It's money. Maybe in some cases looks and money go hand in hand, but dating today is mostly about how much do you have in your bank account, and then everything else comes after. The confidence in men have never left. Some of them have just checked out, and some of them are overseas looking for their bride.
I don't understand why men don't approach me at the park because I'm so cute. Like, you're telling me you wouldn't come up to this? Maybe I wouldn't either. Actually, I'm gonna read Twilight now.
I've gotten this complaint from a lot of women actually that men don't really make real approaches anymore. If they do, it's like some bullshit, like they're gonna catcall or whatever. I do blame the internet as a part of it, but also
I think it's safer for dating apps and Instagram because I just send a DM or send a text, you don't respond, okay, cool, no pressure, no actual rejection, is whatever.
To know, single men, why you don't pursue anymore? What's up?
That is a great question, and in my experience, I learned really fast in the dating world that if I pursued a woman, they lost interest for whatever reason. And I discovered that if I just became a little bit more hard to get and more into myself, that I had more success with women. So to answer your question, why men don't pursue women anymore, it's because we just got in contact with a lot of bad women who taught us that's the way to be successful. And we forgot there's a small minority of good women like yourself who like the traditional pursuit, but we don't encounter enough of you. You're like the 10% of the 100 out there. So that is why men don't pursue anymore, because we know 9 times out of 10, they'll lose interest.
So I feel like society paints this picture that women are into guys that are into cars and fantasy football. But where are the guys out there that are into gaming and play D&D and binge watch anime or Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or collect action figures or Funko Pops or build Legos? Where are those guys at? Let me know.
Most have been passed up to often in the past and are now taken or dead, or have just given up on love. Tired of getting played? I don't believe anything you say. I feel like we are either at home doing our hobbies or working or out with friends. I would say I have the same issue finding girls with those hobbies. We exist. You just don't give us the time of day. I'm right here, single for 10 years, because there are a lot more of us than there are people who are into us. Those guys are out there, probably in the friend zone somewhere because of the hobbies that they enjoy. When women are asking for these types of men, they need to be careful. The guys who have these kinds of hobbies are the type of guys that women take advantage of the most. Be careful with the dating scene today.
Why no men are actually approaching women in society today when it comes to relationships or dating. And this is going to be a tough pill to swallow, but it's because of how the women interact with men when men try to respectfully approach you and get to know you. These are the types of responses I get from other men in their interactions with women. The number one thing I hear from them is fear of rejection. No surprise there. No one likes to get metaphorically slapped in the face when you're trying to meet a beautiful woman and you're just trying to have a general conversation to see if they want to connect with you. Men think that they're not worthy enough. That because their life seems normal, the women are just disinterested in them. And this is always a good one. We come off looking like a creep just because we want to have a normal conversation. I keep hearing rejection, rejection, rejection. More or less, we just become a bother. And then this one is my favorite of all. Men not feeling like they can live up to the standards of what this individual wants the man to have. I'm not 6 foot. I don't make 6 figures. I don't do this, this, and this. I don't have this IQ. I don't have this kind of job. I don't speak this way. I don't look this way. I don't have the jawline. It's unending. Because society has conditioned women to foster this idea, this environment that leads to all of the singleness and the sole reason why men do not want to be in a relationship today.
Because they only want money. Exactly. I've saved so much money. Bought a new Harley. I do make 100K a year, but the issue is I have boundaries and I'm not 6 foot tall. I'm not big on bars, clubs or big media. So I can't live up to the standards. So I just do not try anymore. I faced rejection many times, so I gave up. Divorce is the worst. You lose your money, the house, the children, and the dog. It's not about rejection. It's they say they don't need us. Too many gold diggers and girls want us to take care of 5 babies. I just stopped trying to be honest and mind my own business and go on about my day. Men in this generation trying to date, they just can't win, no matter what they do. Many men have realized that and chose to make the smarter decision and get away from dating completely. These women have crazy and unrealistic demands, and they're toxic. Most of the time, they're just looking for someone to handle their bills. Even on the first date, they expect so much, even though you guys are strangers that just met. What's the point?
Every man has a price tag they're willing to pay on a woman's head. They'll look at you and rate you and say, you know what? I know I can pay her $1,000 and I could crack those eggs. Oh, you know what? I can take her to that nice 5-star restaurant because she's not used to eating out nice. It's gonna woo her, and I'm pretty sure that same night I could crack her eggs.
Let's correct that. First of all, not every man thinks a woman has a price tag. In fact, women are the ones who are asking men, can you afford them? But truthfully, nowadays women are selling themselves. As long as you got some money, they will start flocking around you like some birds. If women have a price tag, it's because they're auctioning themselves. They go for the top guys for a reason.
Leave women alone. Stop telling us what to do with our hair. Stop telling us what to do with our bodies. Stop telling us how to dress. Leave us alone.
Nobody wants you here. Nobody!
Men can't approach you in public. Then where would they approach you? The answer to this question might be a lot simpler than it seems, but the answer is never. My life would be a lot less stressful if random men would not approach me in public and ask for my number.
You know what I want to talk
I've been told that they're creepy for speaking to a woman in public. They don't want to be accused. They don't want to be blamed of harassing a woman.
And that right there is the main reason why men don't approach. In this next clip, you will see a woman that screamed help when a man approached her and tried to get her number.
Yeah. Right? Hey, I'm Jonas. Nice to meet you.
Oh my god!
Goddamn.
What do you want?
Nah, I just thought she was really pretty and I
No.
I was trying to get your number.
I don't think she wanted.
You sure?
I'm positive. Help! Yo, can someone help?
Whoa,
immediately?
we'll leave you alone.
Oh.
Yo.
Oh, wow. Oh.
I'm sorry, but nah.
I don't really see the need to call for help here. The guy was very respectful and all he did was ask for her number. This is honestly disgusting behavior. She could have simply turned the man down and gone about her day. But instead, she tried to make a scene out of nothing.
Can somebody tell me why when a guy goes through a breakup, the first thing he does is download Tinder?
Men don't talk to women anymore or pursue women or walk up to women anymore and approach women, whatever you want to call it, because it seems like every damn thing men do is wrong. Any kind of way you come up to a woman or approach a woman or try to talk to a woman seems like it's wrong. If you talk to a girl, we done seen it like all over the internet. Every app you can think of, a woman has had an issue with every kind of way a man has approached them. We've seen women have an issue with men talking to them in the club, talking to them in the bar, talking to them on the street, talking to them in the grocery store, talking to them in the gym, talking to them like while you're in your car. Like we've seen women everywhere say they had an issue with how men approach them in every kind of way. So it's like what the do we do? Like, how do we do it? Like, what is the correct way? Like it's just like, we just give the up. It's like, what's the point?
I've been single for the past 8 years, the happiest I have ever been. Stay single, my kings, and focus on your grind and success. I've literally changed my gym schedule to be by myself. My entire TikTok is full of men expressing love right now, and I'm truly here for it. And I feel for y'all, but keep being yourself, and the right one will eventually cross your path. Get your passport and find you a wife in another country, king. Shit got so bad I don't even care for relationships anymore. I just want to be left alone. The solution is really simple if you think about it. All men have to do is give women the space they've been asking, and watch how more of them come begging back for it. The second thing is, find somewhere where you are appreciated as a man, and not just for the things you're able to bring to the table. If one location doesn't work for you, you can always try another. And the third most important thing a man can do is find peace. Nothing beats that. A man can approach a woman in the most respectful way, and somehow it just doesn't do it for her. Instead of trying to figure out a confused puzzle, try to figure out your life first.
Men don't approach you. Although you have beautiful hair, your makeup is spot on, your eyelashes are amazing, and your outfits are to die for. So that's not where the problem is. The point is, your attitude is what scares them off. If you're anywhere, let's say in a bar, and you're staring at your phone, and you're looking up, and you see that a guy is checking you out, and you just do this, that doesn't work anymore. We women always think we have to be these mysterious beings for distance and let them work for our love. Yeah, but give them something to work with. And what you can give them is a little smile, because you're not some flower who's waiting to be picked.
In my 30 years of life, not one time has a woman approached me. And I realized why. Because they're intimidated. Boom. I'm so attractive and so high value, they got cold feet and could not for the life of them figure out a way to approach me. And by golly, I don't blame them. Because sometimes I look in the mirror and I see myself, I'm so high status, I'm afraid to approach myself at night with lotion and tissues. Wow. I might even reject myself. So I sympathize with them. And you know what? Every night I go home and I reject myself. So guys, if you're out there listening to this, just know that if women don't approach you, it's simply because you are too attractive.
This is exactly what these delusional women say to themselves or to each other about men who don't approach them. They believe that when a man doesn't make a move on them, it means the man is intimidated, scared, or being too high value for him. But these things aren't real. They just have to tell themselves these things. You can't determine a person's value just by looking at them. It's ridiculous.
There is a video going around of a woman describing her experience of being alone with her son when a strange man starts to approach her, which she yells, "Do not approach me, get away from me," and the man gets offended before going away. And I've said it on this channel before, but I will say it again. Men do not seek out women for help. They will either seek out another man or they will contact the authorities. There is almost no reason for a man to be approaching a woman in public that they do not know, especially if that woman is a mother with her child and they are alone. This happened in the parking lot of a grocery store. If he really needed something, he could go inside the grocery store and ask for assistance from an associate. Leave women alone.
As far as I know from what happened, the man was trying to return a wallet that she had dropped. I guess he should have kept it for himself.
Why people is looking at you
in the street and not moved to you. We literally saw each other on the train. We walked to the bus stop. We was next to each other. You're premium. You get on the bus. You sit behind me. Your head is actually facing towards me. You keep looking like, and you don't say anything. Maybe if you don't snatch me up now, I'm actually fucking mad. Like, what? And he just walked off the bus like nothing happened. If I catch you, listen.
Women are smarter than men.
Everyone's dumb, bro. Like, women are dumb, men are dumb.
Some men are smarter than women and some women are smarter than men.
We're all smarter. We're all better.
Let's go,
Women deserve rights.
I don't think all women are smarter than men.
No, there's dumb women out there. You included.
I'm generalizing the people I know personally. And personally, the women in my life are way smarter than the men in my life.
I back it. I'm not going to be included, baby. I'm
Exactly. Let's go, ladies.
You need help.
Okay, PSA to all men. Just because a girl is wearing a low-cut shirt or a tight top or a fitted outfit doesn't give you permission to just stare at their chest. It makes us so uncomfortable, and if you guys could please stop doing it, it would be amazing. Men will always be like, oh, we don't like being called creeps, or we're so scared to be called creeps, but then you guys make it so difficult for the female species to exist or even wear anything.
I have come to the conclusion that this woman is insane. Every single one of her videos are her jiggling and showing her chest. Why is she even posting this video anyway, if she feels uncomfortable? Oh yeah, I forgot. It's okay for men to stare, as long as she posts it on social media so she can get some views off of it.
Men are in their soft guy era, ladies, so you better be ready to step it up. He needs a haircut, you better offer to pay, send him a Venmo so he can get a fresh cut. He's at the golf course, well, buy him and his boys a round of drinks, send him that Venmo. He needs a car wash, well, offer to detail his car or take his car through the car wash. He's hungry, make him or buy him food. Make sure you prepare him food that has extra protein. Guys love protein. Men love to be surprised with gifts just like women do. So does he want a new car part? Buy him a new car part. Pretty much just gift wrap him a gift that you think he will like. He's tired, let him take a nap on the couch. He doesn't want to do yard work or mow the lawn, offer to pay for a gardener. These are easy things that you could do to help your man be in his soft guy era. Men are now understanding their worth. It's time to step it up if you want your man to stay. Drizzle, drizzle.
See right here, this is a woman that understands the value of a man and acts accordingly. It's time to stop settling for less. You deserve for a woman to pay your car note and pump your gas. This woman is a queen that knows how to take care of her king. Raise the standard higher.
Ladies, have you ever wondered why some men choose Wonderbread women over you? And when I say Wonderbread, I'm just talking about girls who are a bit more plain, a bit more basic, average. And you, on the other hand, are like a divine French croissant and you're confused. You're like, I don't get it. Why are you going for Wonderbread when I'm right here? There are 3 reasons why this happens, and I'm going to tell you exactly what they are. Starting with reason number 1, Wonderbread is cheaper, okay? You get a lot more value for basically half the price of a croissant. And even though some men might appreciate the way you look, they are going to choose Wonderbread because she doesn't require as much money or time to impress. Which brings me to reason number 2. Wonderbread will change herself for a man, a croissant will not, okay? Wonderbread will become a grilled cheese, an avocado toast, a PB&J, any day of the week depending on what he wants. A croissant, on the other hand, it's kind of like take it or leave it, as in you might not be as willing to compromise or change your lifestyle for a guy. And the third reason is Wonderbread is less maintenance, okay? Wonderbread, you break it apart, there are no crumbs. With a croissant, a lot of crumbs, and some guys honestly don't want to deal with it. But here's the thing, the people that like croissants love croissants and they don't even look at Wonderbread. So don't try to change yourself, but instead embrace all of your flaky French layers because the right person is gonna adore them. Follow for more and good luck.
And they say that women friendship is good. Now we can see the true colors of that. What a pure friendship. Croissants sound stuck up and insecure. Love Wonderbread. Some guys like women who look beautiful with zero makeup. Just saying. What happened to women uplifting other women? And it's not always about the looks or maintenance. It's more about authenticity. For most men, Wonderbread works just fine, and it doesn't go stale as fast as croissants. A man would choose a Wonderbread woman because they're more down to earth, more dependable, and a better partner to have kids with. One more thing to keep in mind is, Any woman who tells you that she's high maintenance is a headache. That's someone who's out for your wallet. I don't think any woman who applies makeup before shooting a video has the right to call other women plain and Wonderbread.
Gold digger is an insult that has been created by poor men to offend women who want money from a man.
Let's be honest now, that term wasn't created just by poor men. That term was used to apply to any woman who is only after a man for his money.
It is a woman's right to want money out of a relationship or out of a man.
Right, is it? Oh my goodness.
Just as much as men say it's their right to have sex with the woman they're with. Men ask women for sex, women can ask men for money, period.
There's a term asking for payment for, services rendered.
Value a man that can provide money for me. Why? Because I can make my own. So why would I be with a man who's broke that I need to mother and then step into my masculine energy to provide for a man?
It's really a sad state of affairs when so many people seem to just view relationships as transactional only.
I'm not going to settle for that and have the short end of the stick. Women at the core of their being are materialistic.
Are we now? Or is that just the voice of personal experience speaking?
That's because we slip into the mother role one day. That's because we're very selfless and we want materialistic things to nest, to provide a home for our offspring. That's why women value money.
Selfless, yet want materialistic things. The contradictions abound.
Money's just a resource, safety, reassurance, stability, and routine.
Ironically, all of those things can be found in a relationship without the benefit of large amounts of money.
That's something that a man needs to provide within a relationship with any type of woman.
Just my opinion, but listening to advice such as this is a surefire way to get involved in a relationship that isn't based on what is fundamentally important in a relationship. Trust, understanding, and caring.
These dating coaches are con artists. I'm actually surprised the women who are taking her advice aren't calling her out on her bullshit. This is an unmarried dating coach, by the way, giving women advice and guiding them to their misery. The kinds of service this dating coach is referring is a service entirely different than dating. She fails to understand the meaning of dating and is only in it for material gains. At the same time, she's dragging along her army of brain behind her.
Girl, you know that man? That man that isn't consistent, that doesn't text back regularly, doesn't make plans to hang out, and you just never know where you stand with him? Well, I've had to come to terms, there's a car that just drove up. I've had to come to terms that he either doesn't like you enough or he doesn't like you at all, because you know what? I hate to say it, but if he wanted to, he would. It's true. I gotta say it, it's true. I've seen time and time again, the men that pursue me, the men that want me, they make it clear. The guys that don't, the guys that you're always in this confusion, this drama with, yeah, that man, just let him go.
This is the right message. But unfortunately, they can't let that man go, because that's the man that brings them that drama and chaos into their lives. Modern women are so hooked on toxicity, not realizing it's only hurting them. They're attracted to douchebags. These women know these types of men won't commit to them, but they just can't resist the thrill they get. If they wanted good men, they would have. But the good man isn't a good option in their eyes because he's too loyal and boring.
Men tend to be better people than us. Yeah, they really do. They tend to, no. They tend to do the right thing. There's a reason we have phrases like a man of his word. Right?
Yeah.
Not a woman of her work. Because men will actually stick things out. Women, when shit gets hard, we just leave. And you're proving my point. What was your first answer? My happiness, right?
Of course.
Like,
everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to be loved.
The family doesn't work when it's about you. It's supposed to be about your kids.
For no reason, though. I know you want to minimize it and pretend it's nothing, but it is
nothing. Like, do you hear? This is what I mean when women whine and complain. We live in a civilization that was built by men. You used to need a husband to protect you. Now the government pays you to be a single mother. The government pays you to basically be homeless as a chick. The government pays you to have multiple baby fathers. There's so many incentives. You can get paid to go on OnlyFans. You can get paid to do whatever you want. And on top of that, you don't need to live with a guy if you don't want to. We have all the choice we've ever had in human history. And what will women still do? Bitch. I just moan.
This is the absolute truth. We even have this saying, women understand women, and they hate each other. They hate each other so much, they refuse to hold the other accountable for their own actions. What we have to understand is that a woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness, and a man will sacrifice himself for his family's happiness. If you ever want to upset a woman, just tell her the truth.
The majority of working women, by 2030, 45% of them are going to be unmarried and no kids. Women who are 38 years old are going to look and say, I've been working my since I'm 21 years old. I've been encouraged to go to school, get a job. I don't need no man. I'm going to become a boss babe. And they're going to look at themselves, and they're turning 40 next year. And they're going to be like, I've got a couple $100,000 in the bank. No man, no kids, a couple cats. Hard to tell a woman who's 30 today, hey, you're making all the wrong decisions. The reality's not going to set in now. It might be 10 years from now.
Multiple women were calling this their dream, to be alone and single at 40 with many cats. They're only saying this because reality hasn't set in just yet. They truly believe that having expensive clothing will make them happy. What they fail to understand is that everything changes. Once you're older, you start wanting different things. You start yearning a man or to create a family. The life that they're heading just sounds miserable. It's just another form of coping. This temporary happiness these women are chasing will end with their loneliness.
I don't think guys value ambition as much as we do and we seek as women. And I think it's because they want to kind of be the provider. And I think as women, the reason why we want to be ambitious and have our own thing is because we want to always feel like, if at any point you decide to go date somebody hotter than me, you decide to leave me, I'm still good on my own.
This is the reason why most women are okay with having their men take the lead in the relationship, but dislike a man they can boss around. Please watch to the end.
How long have you been with your man?
4 years.
When it comes onto your relationship, is it what your man says goes, or does he always involve you in decision making?
Most times I do agree with all decisions that he does make, but he does hear out what I have to say and he takes it into consideration. But most of the times we do go by what he says. I just think he's a very wise person.
Do you consider yourself wise as well?
I consider myself a wise person, a reasonable person.
So why isn't it that you're the one who's making most of the decisions in the relationship?
I don't know. I think I just rely on my man to make the decisions. And I like that. I like that part of embracing my femininity.
So you like it when your man leads?
100%.
But do you think it could work if you were the one playing that role instead?
I feel like I wouldn't like a man who I can boss around.
Why not?
I feel like a woman's job is to be feminine, and it's always been this way. I feel like men are always masculine, they're always leaders, they're always protectors and providers. So I feel like, for me, I'm always going to want a man that's masculine.
So if he says, yo, we're moving to Texas, this is the best place for the job opportunities for me, you're moving with him.
100%. I actually love Texas. We were just talking about moving to Texas recently.
The big difference between this woman and these other women who has an issue with submission is that she is happily married while they're out there competing with men for power in the relationship. She views submission and following her man as her duty. These other women sees it as slavery. But for her to be saying such a thing means that her man showed her he had the ability to lead, which also means she had the ability to choose a good man.
The number one thing that I learned from being intentionally single for a long period of time: no one can save you but yourself. A relationship isn't going to change the way that you feel about your life and yourself on the inside. Relationships can add value to our lives, but they cannot complete us. They cannot fix us. They cannot save us. Doing your inner work first will always give you the assurance that you're choosing to be in a relationship for the right reasons.
Black women want and expect men to pay all 100% of the bills. All. Without exception. Don't listen to what they say. This is what they want, and this is what they want. This is what they want, and this is what they expect. So when you hear that woman talk about 50-50, well, can't we do 70-30? That 70-30 only comes along once they feel good that you can actually pay 100%.
Also, from a woman's perspective, I have completely let go of the feeling of being like, am I doing enough? Am I texting him enough?
Yeah.
Am I saying enough? Am I initiating enough? It's like, sister, no. You are the woman. He is the man. He is going to pursue you. Not in like a lazy way where it's like, great, I don't have to do anything. But it's like, I don't want to have to fight for a man to pursue me.
Shouldn't.
I want him to pursue
have
me.
to like force yourself in his way or put yourself out there or
And
do
I've
something.
done
and
that.
Same.
It's exhausting.
And it does not work.
And it doesn't work, by the way,
Yeah.
because none of them did. So
I feel like it's the moment when you surrender.
It's
and
surrender.
You let go and you say, God, not my timing, not my will. Like literally, I want your plan, your best for me. And you
can't
stop
force it.
caring.
Yeah.
That's usually when God's like, okay, she's ready.
She's ready now.
The pursuing should be the same. The effort should be the same. If you want someone to do something for you, you must reciprocate the energy. You're not the only one who wants to feel special after all. Just like there's two sides of a coin, there's two sides of the relationship. If one side is lacking, it is bound to fall into chaos and fail.
Girls hitting on a guy is so subtle. Like for me, I'm gonna be real with you. I'll do things like I'll just walk by them and just kind of like brush up on their arm, kind of thing.
So let's say you're at the
Just
club.
enough for them to look at me so that I can be like, and then like, you know.
Just like subtle.
Yeah.
What the?
Maybe I'll smile at them. and
So then
they'll
what are you
be
gonna
like,
do
"Oh."
if they don't take any action? Is it okay? Mission failed.
If it was meant to happen, he would have done something.
Okay.
Like that kind of thing.
I see that.
But sometimes you can get like I've had times where I'm bold.
If you're walking past me, I'm like, hey, come here real quick.
Oh yeah, that's
Nice.
literally the move worked. That's
What?
what we want.
Shut up.
But also
Wait,
that
wait,
doesn't mean every girl walking by you.
Yeah,
of course.
But I'm
if-
just saying it's a move. It is a move for sure.
So you have to like kind of hope that the girl's into you.
Yeah.
The audacity that I have as a hopeless romantic to wonder why men never approach me to sweep me off my feet in public, but yet I dress like this. And I be going out looking like a homeless person meets Gollum, you know? I call that the style. We got the shorts, the mismatch, orange and red. I mean, clearly I'm a catch.
I recognize men do not like to be friend zoned. Like, they do not like it because, you know, to them, they feel like so strong. Like, I really like you. I really want to be with you. And when you friends on them, they kind of feel a little played. Like, dang, I'm not good enough. And it don't be that the man don't be good enough. It be more of the sense of we would be better friends than partners. Like, you have to recognize compatibility. You know, it's a lot of people I might find attractive and like, but I recognize we're actually not compatible. So me trying to pursue a relationship with these certain people is bound to not work. So I'm not going to even waste my time because I know we're not compatible. But a lot of the times when I see men try to date women, they don't pay attention to compatibility. They're just looking at, oh, she fine, she this, she that. I want to be with her. Come on now. Like, we got to be smarter about these type of things.
A man that's in the friend zone is just a last option for that woman when she finds out the guy that she wants does not want her. It's honestly a waste of time. If you're not interested, just move on. You'll only end up wasting time on someone you don't feel the same about while reaping the benefits. It's honestly disgusting.
I feel like the way a girl hollers at a guy is you look at him and then walk. He knows what it means when you're looking at him. If he doesn't come up to you after you've made eye contact, it's done.
Are we just supposed to like read you guys' minds and like guess it?
Ladies, see, this is a prime example. Men don't feel comfortable approaching you anymore because they get.
I keep telling y'all, you gotta give these men a little something to work with. He says he's not gonna approach unless you smile or you wave, which is totally fine.
So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's?
I'd be right up there with you, girl, except my dad kept saying this stupid phrase throughout my childhood. It was so redundant. What was it? Oh, I love you.